beautiful spring day. I have a magnolia tree outside of my front door, and it's my favorite part of spring because it's starting to bloom. And I hope today you have a nice day and you can get some fresh air outside. Today is Monday, April 27th, and I have a special video for you that you can do some math, you can do some literacy where you can help write your name, your letters of your name, and you can play with it too. Mrs. Rabinski, she teaches in our X class on Friday. She has something fun to show you today. I hope you have a great day today. And here's Mrs. Rabinski. Have a great day. Bye.
Hi Bethel families, this is Mrs. Rabinski here, and I'm going to share an activity that my girls absolutely have loved in the past. And for the most part, they've just used it as a play activity, but you can absolutely cover math, literacy, and play with a few simple items. So the three things that you absolutely need are salt, and I always get like the big containers like this, some sort of tray, and to fill this tray, I used 1 container of salt, and then food coloring if you would like it to be colorful. So what you do is you get, one other item you need, Ziploc bags. So if you choose to make this colored, which I think makes it a bit more fun, and I think it's part of what my girls like the most, you get a Ziploc bag, pour however much salt that you would like into a bag. Grab some food coloring of your choice. Now I'm just going to do red right now, but the container, if you want to make some different colors like this pretty purple, it actually tells you. For example, purple's 24 red and 16 blue. You could have kids guess how many of each color before you do it. We can incorporate math by counting out the drops. So that's one way to do it, but I have some other ideas. So anyway, once you fill the bag with however many drops you'd like to put in, seal it, and then the way you get it to be colored is you just start kind of massaging it. And my kids even like this part of it. So give it some good rubbing like this, squish it around, make sure obviously that it's sealed very tightly because we don't want to mess. This is actually something that we usually do outside. We have one of those water sensory tables, and my kids like to pretend they would play with their Barbies in that, and they would put this stuff, this colored salt on one side and then water in the other, and they would pretend that their Barbie dolls were at a beach when they were in the sand and then going into the ocean on the water side. So they would spend literally an entire afternoon doing this. So anyway, there you go. You see it's pretty quick. It's a nice color. This is more pinkish. If you wanted it more red, obviously you would need to add some additional drops. So anyway, now that and then I made, I made 4 colors here. I just poured them out. I liked the different colors. So to begin with, for younger kids, you obviously could let your 2-year-olds just play around in this, but also I made some note cards. So you could show them this and say, what is this? Obviously it's a square. You can say, okay, can you draw that for me? And so we can have them draw a square. And then obviously just go right over that. To clear it out, you can show them another shape and repeat. Have them tell you triangle, draw the triangle. As far as literacy is concerned, for the younger kids, maybe you show them just letters in their name. I obviously have an A here, but so they could practice drawing an A in the sand. I'm calling it sand, but it's actually salt. And you can make the entire alphabet if you would like, if they know their letters, or you could just practice just with their name. If you would like to incorporate math, in addition to counting the number of drops that it takes to get the desired color, you also, for kids that are a little bit older, maybe some of the 4 and 5 year olds or some of the kids that are in kindergarten enrichment, I've also made some cards here. I don't know if that will show. One, I made a little addition symbol, plus. And then I made, I don't know why this would say, an equal sign. And you could constantly change these out. But anyway, you can have them, if you lay these out in the front, have them draw the 1, have them practice drawing the 2, and then solving it in the sand here with drawing the 3. So there's a little bit of math. If you don't want to actually do addition, if kids aren't quite there yet, which I know a lot of our younger ones are not, you simply can show them the numbers and have them practice drawing a number 2 in the salt. And I went ahead, I made a whole bunch of numbers. So you can show the numbers, ask them to tell you what it is, and then put it in here. So we've covered literacy with our, recognizing letters, writing our names, whatnot. I know that definitely some of the kids in kindergarten enrichment classes, they're working with sight words. I've printed out some sight words. You can have them tell you the sight word and practice writing it and spelling it. Because I know by kindergarten, they're also, in addition to recognizing, they really should start to be able to spell these sight words. So you can work with that. And then finally, the part that I think the kids really enjoy, maybe the most, is really just playing with it, right? Because so much learning takes place when we're just playing. So what can we do? We can take some cars, we can make a track, we can run that through. We could even make shapes with our cars. I mean, I kind of made an 8 right there. As I mentioned before, my girls love to pretend that this was sand. And they would set up their Barbie chairs and their Barbie umbrellas and all that. And this was like literally hours and hours and hours worth of play. And then finally, you could do some really fun crafts with the salt. And so if you choose to go and do a craft, then you would need some sort of container. I have this. And then you would need a funnel. So we can finish if we want to. I mean, I've usually rebagged the salt or covered it because they would play with it for days. But we can, if I put too much of that, but anyway, we can create a little piece of art with some layered salt here. You do however much you want. I actually grabbed a spoon. Maybe we'll add some of this purple because that's a pretty color. Anyway, you can make it look however you would like. Put a lid on it. But there's an example. It's a nice little decoration. Here's another one. These little containers, Amazon, Michael's, something like that. Another one that my girls made. So anyway, there you have it. A fun craft with salt, food coloring, and just a couple household items. I hope you all are enjoying the day. Have a great one. Bye-bye.